YouTube channel pre-show, quick Quest 30 pre-show. How's everybody doing today on a Tuesday? You guys are hyped for tonight's episode? I hope so. Wait till we get through here with the delay. Make sure everybody can hear me. Make sure everybody can see me. And straight from Canada on the line is Judy. Hello, Judy.
Hello, John, and hi, members. It's good to be here.
Yep, I hope everybody can hear me, see me, and hear Judy. Give me the A-OK. Thank you very much, members.
Good.
Hello, Michelle. Came in the house. Here we be. Michelle says, all is good, Judy. You're on, I'm on, and she can see me. So fantastic.
Great.
Your phone is working good.
Thank goodness, John. I think I'd have thrown it if it wasn't working tonight.
I hear you. Of course, members, we're going to have, of course, Judy has to read the synopsis. You know, I can't replace it. That Saturday night spiel with me just didn't go over good. So tonight, Judy's going to do her thing. I want to thank all my Facebook Quest members tonight. I want to thank all my YouTube members. I especially want to thank my YouTube paid membership people. Michelle, Annette, Elizabeth, Jezdia, Wayne, Starlene, and our Templar commander and new moderator, Renee Tuttle. Hello, Curtis. Hello, Jenny. Hello, Pablo. Hello, Valerie. Hello, everybody.
Oh, John says it's cold in Nova Scotia.
Yep, been very cold here, about 15 degrees. Donna, hello from cold Nova. Donna, that's what Donna just said. Yeah. Everybody out there, hope everybody's doing okay tonight. I just want to put out a little notice of a new option that we're going to have on our Quest of Oak Island page. Renee Tuttle, who is the new moderator, will be running it. And she loves being part of my group. There's a lot of history and science that goes into the Oak Island discoveries, but she thinks it'd be great to explore the art inspired by this show as well, in which I agree with him. Hello, Levon. Hello, Curtis. Hello, Virginia. As I made her a moderator, she had a great idea, and I back her 100%.
I think it's great. I can hardly wait.
And there's Renee now. Hello, Renee. She just popped in.
Hi, Renee.
What she wants to do is put out a blank canvas, an invitation for our most talented members to share their creations inspired by the Oak Island mystery. All mediums are welcome. So if you're an artist out there, painter, writer, baker, glassblower, poets, singers, etc., we want to see your interpretations inspired by the fellowship of the dig. And as always, keep your comments and observations positive and respectful. And don't forget about my rules. This is not eBay. There is no buying and selling. This is just for everybody to enjoy. So we are here to share and enjoy the diversity of the knowledge and its expression. And of course, to exchange ideas with each other. I can't wait to see people showing us paintings of Oak Island and such that they made at home or at their shop. I love this idea. I really do. Judy. Really do.
I do too. I'm looking forward to it. There's already been several online at times in the past that have been beautiful. So I'm anxious.
Right. And now Renee will have them all in one spot in the album section. So if you go to my group and I guess you go to the album section, that everything will be posted there. I think it'll be great. Right, Valerie? I think it's fantastic.
I do too.
There's a lot of talent out there, and you don't have to be no professional. Look at me. I'm just a regular guy with 70,000 friends. Look what you guys made me do. And I'm shy. So if I can do this, you guys don't have to be professionals to do a painting. You don't have to be professionals to do a ceramic, and all you cake bakers and all that. Show us what you got. And 70,000 people and enjoy it. But don't worry about it. Anybody bothers you, anybody PMs you with nasty stuff, you give me a screenshot, like I told Judy and the rest of my monitors, they will be eliminated from my group as fast as I can hit the delete button. So nobody bothers nobody here. This is a great group. Show us what you got. All right. Well, let me get Judy's picture up here. She's going to do her synopsis. Her phone is good. And we got to do our thing. She's the only one that knows how to do it great. All right, Judy. Your picture's up. Whenever you're ready, it's all yours. Go ahead, Judy.
Thank you. Okay, last week we started with drilling down first, and the drilling down that was on Tuesday night gave a short history of Oak Island, the searchers, and the show. It also tells how the show has affected the communities close by. I found that particularly interesting. It has boosted business and brought the local people together to support the Fellowship of the Dig. It's well worth watching, so enjoy if you haven't watched it yet. And episode 15, another new day on Oak Island, and Rick, Gary, and the team are in the southeast corner of the swamp, studying the stone pathway that could very well lead to the money pit. Gary's beeper goes off, and Rick digs up a square ox shoe nail. As they find more of these nails, they become more convinced the pathway was used to haul something to the uplands. Billy continues to dig to uncover more of the pathway. They have to follow it to see where it goes. At the money pit area, Steve, Terry, Charles, and Scott are drilling hole C5 west of where they have been drilling. They are following a new grid map drawn up by Steve. They are 20 feet from where they were drilling last week and 5 feet from C1, where they saw the 3 gold objects. Steve says, "We are taking a shot at the money pit." Back at the swamp, as Liz and Aaron dig on the pathway, Liz finds more coal. Was coal transported here? And is this road connected to the pine tar kiln on lot 15? The coal could tell them the age of the pathway and who built it by where it came from. Keep digging, team. On lot 10, Marty and Gary are metal detecting around cone E at the bottom of Nolan's Cross. The beeper goes off and they dig up another ox shoe nail, and then 2 more a few feet apart. Marty wonders why so many are here in this spot. Were oxen used to haul the boulders to Nolan's Cross? And will we find out? The next morning, Rick and Charles arrive at hole C5 and are shown a wooden timber found 77.5 feet deep. They are close to shaft 6, where a piece of a keg was found in 1861 after it collapsed. Have they found the debris field from shaft 6? If so, they are in the area of the money pit. The hose on the drill blows, so they are finished here for the day. That afternoon, Ian, Gary, and Billy are searching more of the pathway, and they hit a layer of peat, and Rick picks up half of a keg top, and a few minutes later, Greg picks up another one of a different size. Are they related to the one found in the money pit area? Doug and Scott take the keg tops to Carmen's shop, where he appraises them as old from about the 1400s to 1720. Could they be related to the leather heel from 1492 to 1720? Carmen says these barrels were used for dry goods such as flour, and with testing, the team could find out what was in them. Doug says they could also have held gold. Later that afternoon, in the Money Pit area, they continue to drill hole C5. They find the dirt is less dense, so they must be man-made. Was it dug by searchers or depositors? At 118 feet, they find the same thing, so decide to move on to the next hole. The show ends in the war room, where Ian is reporting on the coal found in the swamp. He says this coal is the most significant find in the swamp, as it has the potential to tell us the age of the pathway and who built it. The coal has low sulfur, so probably came from Europe or the British Isles. It will take months to get results, of course. So many questions this week, guys. I'm trusting the answers will come, and I hope you are too. So let's move forward and keep looking. Have a good week all, and stay safe, please.
Thank you very much, Judy. Thank you very much. Very good.
You're very welcome. Very welcome.
Very good. Very, very good. Tammy's in the house. There she is.
Hi, Tammy.
We got that synopsis down. Only you can do it, Judy. Only you.
Oh, thank you.
And she'll be busy tonight, guys, with the new synopsis going crazy tonight for us. And I thank her so much for her time.
Well, it's my pleasure and honor.
Judy will be with us. Hello, Danny. Hello, Julie. Hello, Frank. How are you? Judy will stay on the line until I put the phone number up. If we get some new calls in the pre-show, she'll get off, but she'll be with me live for the rest of the evening. Thank you, Judy.
Oh, my pleasure, John. I'm enjoying it. Having fun.
Okay. Richard. Hello, Richard. People are still coming in. I started about what? 5 minutes early? 10 minutes early? I don't know.
Yeah, about 10.
Yeah. Hello, Anthony. Long Island. Did I get that right this time? Yep. They said on tonight's episode. Hi, Kathy. How are you? They said on tonight's all-new episode, the Fellowship of the Dig gets to work excavating the ever-expanding stone roadway. I believe it's not a stone roadway, but that's my own personal opinion. I think it's a foundation. Rick, Marty, and the team make some groundbreaking finds along the way, including a historical artifact with a suspected maritime connection, as well as a possible tunnel tonight. Could they be closer than ever to uncovering the money pit? What do you think of that, guys?
I got a gut feeling, John, that they found the money pit, and we'll find out before this season ends. That's my thought.
Hello, Cynthia. Hello, David on the YouTube side. You think so, huh?
I do.
David Flores says, hi, Judy, John, and Tammy on the YouTube side. Thank you. Yep.
Hi.
Yep, they're pinpointing it, Judy. I mean, for 30 years, they've been pinpointing it. So they say they're going to go west. And they said that's the only possible location, going west and a little bit east of C1. Hi,
Renee
Peter.
says she agrees.
Hi, Peter. How are you? You know what I mean?
Yes.
But I think the big deal here, Judy and members, is they want to narrow it down. They don't want a big dig and all that expense that comes with a big dig. I think they're going to just take a chance and hone in on maybe a 20-foot spot, make a custom caisson, and drop a can right there. What do you think?
That would not surprise me at all. because they're certainly honing in on that area at the west.
Right. Hi, Don. How are you? And Virginia says, what do you mean not a roadway but a foundation? I think them two paved areas that were known by 1795, like the members have known that I've suggested, that it's a foundation of all thrown boulders, rocks, and on top of that was a wooden pier. If it was dug out deep as a wharf, but then I question if it was a dug out deep wharf, long ago the sea levels were 5 or 6 foot lower. So part of that swamp had to be dry. You know what I mean, Judy, without the tide coming in and out, but that's the part that gets me confused. You know,
do you think what they're where they're digging on the pathway right now has anything to do with when they brought the electricity to the island? There obviously was something there to put the poles into.
Right, but that's on the other side of the stone area.
Okay.
And the stone paved areas have been there and noted in 1795, so it's way before that. Of course, we were waiting for the dates for the cribbing to get a date of the pathway, they're calling it. But how the heck do you even put an ox and a cart on a path that looks like that? Even if the dirt was in between the rocks, the ox, what are they, 1,500 pounds, would walk one step and break its legs. There's no way they could use that as a roadway constructed like that with no flat rocks. You know what I mean, Judy?
I agree, and I thought about it too when I first saw it. How could they? I couldn't walk on it, I don't think.
No, and you got to pull a wagon. I saw this one picture, this guy in Arizona, I think. I don't know where the heck I was scrolling around. When they had the wagon trail going west, you know what I'm talking about now, right? The wagons that went west, then they moved east from east. The wagon wheels actually made ruts in the solid rock, that the wagon wheels were going these ruts right through the rocks.
Wow.
So you know what I was looking for on the so-called paved area? Guess what I was looking for?
Ruts.
I'm looking, if they use this with heavy weight, I see nothing as a path for wagon wheels. I see nothing as far as ruts. I see nothing as far as, if you're pulling a wagon, even different sizes, you're going to have some kind of disturbance of those rocks, either pushed down, up, down, ruddy, but then the frost heaves and the frost gives away, obviously, after all these hundreds of years. But if the rocks had grooves in them, using this much, wouldn't they show there too also, members? What do you think of that crazy Johnny idea?
I think it's a good Johnny idea. You're right. I hadn't even thought about it.
And Scott, unless it was packed with clay, well, the blue clay that they had packed all the boulders with clay. With that kind of weight, the clay exposed dries, right, I guess? I'm not sure on clay. If it's exposed to the elements, what happens to clay? Does it dry like concrete? I don't know. I'm not a materials guy, so it could be. But you know what I'm saying? When I saw those tracks, that's it, Michelle. Wagon ruts on the Oregon Trail. Yeah. So if they use these paved ways in the 1500s or whatever the heck, because we know it was there 1795, where's the ruts? Where's just the area that the wheels kept on going back and forth? Because the wagon's going to go and the oxen are going to go to the easiest path. You know what I mean, Judy?
Right.
You're not going to walk on big rocks back and forth all the time and breaking your legs. You're going to walk on the little rocks. So if you're going back and forth, loading and unloading, you're always going to look for the least resistance. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I got you on that one.
So that's why, as far as a roadway, the things could have been just a dam, maybe just a coffer dam, threw all the rocks in there. They dammed up one side, they dammed up the other side. But yet, when they did this, when we get the date, was it a swamp? Even though Dr. Spooner says it was man-made in 1220, in 1220, the swamp was 5 foot less of water. There was no road in front of the swamp, Judy.
Okay, right.
There's no road in front of the swamp in 1220. The only thing they got into the swamp, debris-wise, is if the tide was in and the tide went out. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay. So when they find something and they say, we know that didn't float in, that's what they're talking about.
Right. Like, I don't know if you guys remember. I remember all this stuff, but I can't remember what I had for breakfast this morning. You guys remember this stump that was there? A cork stump that they found?
Yes.
That we never heard about after?
That's true. We haven't. We have not.
I mean, the currents coming in and out. Was that tree there? Who knows? What with no road and the tide coming in and out and the storms we have here in the Northeast, anything's possible.
Right. It certainly is.
And then Peter says they could have had just big saddlebags over the oxen and no wagons at all. Yeah. Yup. Like a low channel, a little creek can be running through that swamp area. Correct. But I'm just still hyping on, they call it a road, a pathway. But then wouldn't Gary Drayton's new machine point out where all these little rocks are? He bought a new, or has equipment now, that scans the area down to 40 feet. Instead of Billy scraping mud every 2 feet, well, which way does it go? Does it go straight? Does it go left? Does it go right? I thought Gary had a machine to show all this stuff. Yup, and Anthony, I'm with you. That's why I say there was a wooden wharf on top of this stones that the oxen, or whatever they were hauling back and forth, if it was pine tar, if it was blue clay, was wood. Because Carmen said that big eye bolt was not made to go through a rock, but through what?
Right. Good.
They said it would go through a wooden pier. Or carry barrels, right, Starlene? But as far as I know, Gary has a machine to show all this. You know, Judy, I thought that's why he got it, so they didn't have to hire out and wait for weeks to find this anomaly. Gary has the machine to show this. Does a machine show rocks? I don't know. It must show some kind of objects. If it's not a rock or a piece of wood or metal, maybe it doesn't show like a rock pathway or a bunch of rocks. I'm not sure. I don't know.
I don't know either, and he hasn't used it in a couple of weeks either.
Right. The season's still going, so maybe he will be using it when they did the Behringer survey, when they were showing all those tunnels that are collapsed.
Okay.
But as far as the stone paveway, I think it was a foundation for a wharf on top of it. And then my other side of Johnny's brain says, well, if the water was down 6 feet and that paved area is way up on top of the swamp, the only way it would be water in there was when the tide came in. You know, Judy, there's no road in the front, so that's the only way the water would get to these docks is when the tide came in, they would unload. And when the tide came out, who knows what they were doing? Maybe they fixed the ships when the tide went out and went in.
It's hard to say, isn't it? But it certainly makes sense to me.
And yeah, that gets me crazy. The swamp is driving me nuts. and until we get the coal date, right? The coal that they say didn't float in, not charcoal, but the coal will give us the date, the origin. I mean, we got to wait months, like Judy said, but that's what we need to tie more things in.
Cynthia says, is anyone else frustrated with the results? Cynthia, I think we all get that way at times. But you know what? The fellowship keeps going. So I think we keep going with them.
Yep. I mean, they already know what happened this season. So
right? We don't, but they do.
Right. And we just got to keep on going. But I'm saying that's what's more frustrating for us as viewers, as we just get the tidbits. And then all week long, I post this, I post that. We get this opinion, this theory, that theory. Oh, my God. They already know the answer. And we're just bouncing all around like a basketball until Tuesday night. And if they don't show us, well, then I think it wasn't an effective piece that they found or whatever. If they don't go back to that one piece, then it's not important. I don't think so. What do you think, Drew?
I agree. I do. I just hope they don't leave us hanging at the end of this season.
Well, you know, they leave the good stuff to last, so don't be shocked. You know what I mean?
Right on.
Well, and Cynthia says I'm trying to hold in there. But as far as all the information I have, Ray Wood, how's it going, Ray Wood, on the YouTube site? Old school, Richard said. Long rope and pulleys and eye bolts and blocks and tackles. What were they unloading over there? Richard, you got an answer for me? It could have been a supply island for the military. But why pick Oak Island? It could have been a depository for all the people with treasure. Why Oak Island? It's just driving me crazy. I am just going bananas now in the 8th year. I'm just going bananas.
Try and stay sane there for us, John.
Yeah, I'm trying. You guys keep me sane. And then they find all these ox shoe nails. Now, could some of these spots actually be, where they had like a tool shed around Coney or something, or it was a repair shop to fix their hoofs? And that's why there's so many, because obviously if they're all in one spot, obviously a shoe broke right there. You know what I mean, Judy?
Right. And they certainly have to have a place to do that.
Yep, Renee, come to think of it, that first drilling down was sort of a summary showing at the beginning instead of the end. Yeah, they showed the ring bolt. They gave it to Maddie Blake in the beginning, yeah.
Right.
And Renee says if she sees another ox shoe, well, we got a summer shoe, Renee. We got a winter shoe, so we got to find 2 more. You know what the 2 more are? Spring shoe and fall shoe and maybe a sandal shoe.
Okay, now you got us thinking, John.
They had to have a building for supplies, right? And I looked up and tried to look for that blacksmith shop that was on Oak Island. I found 0, except what's on Fred Nolan's tourist map. But it keeps on coming back to me with the pine tar, the docks, 1720 at Luxembourg. It had to be part of the section as a military supply spot. Get in, get out, go do what you got to do. Almost like a race car driver. They got the big track, yet they got their little pit stop where they go, and this is what the boat's used for.
I think you're right, Anthony agrees with you too.
I'm just telling Tammy about the ox shoes. We just everything's driving me crazy tonight. It's got to be military. But then they said Samuel Ball has some kind of connection with the military elite. I heard. I don't know if that was in your synopsis or I heard it on a preview. But they said there was some connection between Sam Ball and the military elite. Tonight, they also find a strap with 6 holes in it. They also find some kind of object that looked like a little coin container. Yup, Carlene, the ox were used to do the farming also. Yup. So, Judy, I'm going to take your picture off. I'm going to put some pictures up, so don't go away.
Okay, that's quite okay with me.
There we go. All right, this is part of that picture that they'll be showing tonight, I hope, like a little coin pocket
Right.
that I'm showing. Yeah, Cynthia, if it's pieces of books, so what kind of damage is that? I don't know.
Yeah, that worries me too, Cynthia.
If they weren't preserved in mercury, then we know where that came from, right, Judy? If they're preserved in mercury, we know Francis Bacon was there.
Right on.
And that's what we're looking for. Test, test, test. And here's Aaron finding a strap with 6 holes in it. And there it is. Can you guys see that okay? It's the best picture I could have got. I don't know how long leather lasts, but I guess if it's in a non-bacterial state, leather lasts this long. I have no idea how long leather lasts, even though that shoe heel was $14.92, right, though, Judy?
Right. I don't know. Look at the shoe leather that they found, and it was certainly old.
Yeah. You up, David, on YouTube with all the stuff. It was like a small city. Yeah, but they're not finding a lot of stuff. I mean, they're finding surface finds, things that people dropped, but not as much as I would like to see. As if everybody was on there, that island's pretty clean.
Really, yes.
Why would you have slag from a forge, have a pine tar kill, and all the nails for ox shoes? Because you're repairing things. Not only tools, ox shoes, ships, barrels. Yeah, Renee. And don't forget, I would always throw, if I had a swamp in my yard, I would use the swamp as a dump site. I would dump everything in there. But of course, they got to say it's a leather strap with 6 holes. Tied to a what? A ship's or captain's log. All right, you guys tell me out there, how in the world do they determine this strap? Hello, Scott, how are you? This strap is in any way, shape, or form tied into a captain's journal.
I don't know. I'm anxious to hear what they have to say about it.
This strap with 6 holes. Let's think of things with a strap with 6 holes. Go ahead. Name 6 things with a strap with 6 holes in it. This small.
Could it be a boot strap?
Right. Yep.
Come on, guys.
Yep. Remember, they built that road with the telephone poles over there.
Right. A belt? Yeah, Danny says. Part of a belt?
A thin belt. Yep.
A halter?
Let me see if I bring that picture up again. Let me see if I'll get my head out of there. There's a big picture. A strap with 6 holes in it. What about a purse?
Right. There it is.
A hat like the pilgrims had? You guys
Yes.
are coming up with good ones. But a strap with 6 holes in it. Wow. And of course, they had to tie it into a captain's log leather book. That's part of the show, guys. That's part of the show. Well, that's what keeps us coming back. And I scratch my head. Yep, it could be. It could be.
Exactly.
Could it be on a ship's log? They give you that scratch the head, come back. David Clore, adjustable strap that holds your ammo. Yep.
Danny says some chests have straps too, and that's true.
Right, on the ends, like handles.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. And it's in that good of a shape. Oh my, oh my. Belts or holsters, gun straps.
Yeah.
Peter, they'll probably say it's the exact length of the straps used on ship's logs in that area. It's made for TV. Now you're getting it, Peter. Some things are made for TV, but us acorns, we're so into this program. We're so into these people in the fellowship. We dissect every piece they show us. And this piece here is a TV piece, in my opinion. A piece of leather. The coal and stuff like that, they can date. We can put things together with dates. The cribbing under the paved way, foundation, wharf, dates. Any kind of wood, dates. Just a leather strap with 6 holes in it. Like I said, I'm giving them a break this year, Judy.
Right. Well, it will be interesting tonight to hear what they have to say about it.
Right, but you know what I'm saying? They have to have fill-ins. They can't show Billy digging the muck out for an hour.
Exactly.
They can't show Gary just metal detecting and putting red flags on and finding nothing. That's not viable. That's not good TV. I understand the TV part, but they got us so honed in. This is myself talking. They got me so honed in on dates, Templars, Pirates, Bacon, and everybody else. And the theorists has got me so focused on every little thing they do. It's mind-boggling. What about you guys? What about you, Judy?
Yeah, it does. If you try and think about all the theories and try and put them all together, it can get confusing.
Yep. And I was surprised, since they're on the road, and David, I was just going to say it. No, who said it? An Explorer's watch strap, Steve Wilson. A wagon strap. What was I saying, though? Oh, God. Oh, they call it a pathway, so we'll go with their idea, a pathway. So why didn't they say this strap was part of the harness of the oxen?
Right. Because it could certainly be. Now, perhaps, I can't remember the man's name that they take it to.
Carmen Legg.
Perhaps he's the one that came up with this idea.
Carmen Legg maybe gave him the idea?
No, it's the guy, he fixes books, puts new leather on books.
Well, yeah, he was in the preview. The binder guy,
Yeah.
when they brought the leather they found in H8 or wherever the heck they found that leather stuff. Yeah. Amanda, Templars, baby.
Yeah. I'm hoping Amanda, I hope so.
Yep. But don't forget, when we're thinking Templars, think of the dates. You know what I mean, Judy? We're way back to the 1100s, 1200s, 1300s. There's nothing showing that date.
No.
So we're all in the 1700, early 1700, late 1600. Because you got that wood coming out of OC1, 1706, out of the money pit. And it's just every time I think, well, it's not this or that, it's another thing. You know what I mean?
Right. Wasn't there a date of 12 something that Ian found in the swamp area?
He gave it the date of the man-made swamp was 12/20. That's when that swamp was constructed.
Right.
12/20. And the only thing,
If
like I
it
said
was,
before,
that could be Templars, right?
Yep. And the only thing they tied the Templars in was the coconut fiber and the Iron Cross on the beach. I know of no other date saying that they gave us going that far back. You know, when they had everything on the war room table at the end of the last season, when they timed it all out.
Right.
Yes, Dorothy, they have to put the swamp all back to the original condition. And Starlene, for years they've been picking the island clean. You got that right. And that's why they're not finding much anymore. Whoever found stuff, took stuff, didn't document it, all that crazy stuff. A lot of activity just for that small island. And why that small island, I have no idea. And
I think that makes it so interesting that there has been so much go on there in that little bitty area that we just keep wondering why.
Then I'm showing this little thing I caught in the last episode. Of course, they make you watch a little bit of that other show past 10 o'clock to put previews in.
Right.
And so I caught this little piece that they found. Yep, and they always redid everything in the old days, Judy. They redid broken things. They redid everything.
That's true.
Before we got into the plastic throwaway system and making things so cheap that they break or fall apart, and it's cheaper to buy a new one to fix and pay somebody to fix and repair something else. We became just replace it. In the old days, they repaired it until it was like a nub, until you couldn't even use it anymore.
Right.
Our man, the Templars came to Portugal and lived there for some time in the 1300s. Yeah. Yep. But I mean, on the island, they had to feed people there. They had and in this other promotion I saw, I mean, they had a barracks on there. They had a feed station on there. And yet, hundreds of years ago, a lot of the land tax back thing, so there probably was no foundation for the temporary buildings. And whatever we find now has already been done, except for the two foundations. They knew they were there, but they didn't have the funds to do the research. And now you have all these archaeologists, you have the soil people, you have the government involved, the Providence involved. You have a lot of people involved now. And I wish we did this long ago. Say, Judy, imagine if they had this manpower and finances before Dunfield and Restall came. Can you imagine?
Oh, would have been great. Oh, I think we'd know by now.
Yep. And Virginia on the YouTube site, I had no idea what that piece is. You just took a screenshot when they showed us, and it's up to you to determine because I have no idea.
I used to have a change purse that was shaped just like that, with the hole on the right end for it to go through a little chain to go on my purse. And I squeezed it, and you could put your change in it. That's what it reminds me of.
Yep. I'm just surprised how the stuff stays in shape. They're finding the stuff in the swamp. It's not totally disintegrated. And it just boggles my mind how this stuff is still viable. Okay, if it was encased in clay, if it was encased in something, it can't rot, but I have no idea.
You mind if I ask Armand that question? I think he's from Portugal.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Armanda, do you know if Portugal was at one time called Port of the Grail? I've read that recently, and I wonder if it's true. Thank you.
Yep, Richard said it was a campsite for all to stay. I think it was just a military installation and repair station at a certain amount of time. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
I don't think he answered yet, but
No, he says he is from Portugal. So I hope, Armanda, if you can answer that question, I'd appreciate it.
and then George on the YouTube side says the change purse was made of plastic back in the 1950s. Yeah.
Yes.
But did they say it was plastic? I don't know. I didn't hear him say anything. I just took the screenshot.
No, I didn't either. I didn't either.
And Armando says, yes, I think that's right. He's answering you, Judy.
Oh, thank you, Armanda, very much. I was sure wondering about that. Port of the Grail. So was the Grail there at one time?
But unbelievable. And I'm saying, like Corian and Chris think, the Templar treasure is buried somewhere there on lot 13 or in the swamp. Armando says, I've heard that too.
Yes.
But we got to find Templar dates. You know what I mean, guys?
Right.
And that's what we're still looking for. And something on that West Hill that Dr. Spooner said it was over 300 years old. There was a bunch of rocks. But I've been searching that to get more information on that statement that Dr. Spooner said it was over 300 years old. They're on the side of the swamp where Corian and Christopher put some X's down to look, and I have heard nothing.
They have just left that hanging, along with Aaron's theory, too.
Yep. Peter, that theory would tie into the Templars and the money being spent by the U.S. Templars for the war. Right, the Templars to the Masons to the whatever, changing their names too, right?
Right.
And a lot of people think there's a vault at the cross, Nolan's cross, even though they dug around the holes around the boulders. Like I showed you pictures of Fred Nolan drilling holes, looking around the boulders. But we got to scan that area, which was done by seismic scanning. And just take a look. You know what I mean?
Yes.
We got to get back to Erin with her new directions and discovery. But they seem so focused on going west of the original money pit and east of C1. I don't know if other situations are even in play, even though I think there's more than one treasure on the island. You know what I mean, Judy?
Yes. There's got to be. I still think there could be something at Samuel Ball's place, too.
Yep. But as far as them honing in on the original money pit for the vault, that's what they're honing into now. I think no matter what Aaron comes up with, of course they will look, but it seems like they're so concentrated on that money pit area. And we know from this year that they didn't sink a case on or anything. So the only thing they can tell us if they drilled a hole and come up with some gold this year. You know what I mean, Judy?
Right, exactly.
There's no big dig. There's no case on. There's nothing that we saw as far as aerial photos or coming across the causeway showing any indication. That's all we have is sonic drilling there, drilling all these holes, like over 400 holes, like Steve said.
Jeez. It's a lot of holes.
No, and Carlene says the Templars would be very good at hiding their footprint on the island. No kidding. No kidding.
Amanda says that Portugal was founded by the Templars.
Yep.
Thank you, Amanda. I didn't realize that.
Yep, it's just unbelievable. It's unreal. So we got something to be hyped up with the show tonight. I had that one preview that they said they're in the tunnel. What was it, like 77.5 feet?
Yes.
And they said, yep. Cynthia, only 2 people live on the island, David and his sister, 2 houses. And Fred Nolan's son, Tom, has a cottage there. That's it. Yep. But, they're looking for this other tunnel. They're saying, Terry says it is a tunnel. It's at 77.5 foot. They threw it on the old money pit table, and they showed where the dirt stopped and the wood started right off. Did you see that in the preview, Judy?
Yes, I did.
Right. So I don't know what that tunnel is, or is it we're looking for a debris field? So that's getting a little confusing for myself also.
I think they were wondering if it's the debris field from Shaft 6.
Yeah.
When it caved in. I don't know, but I thought that's what they meant.
But if a debris field caved in, you wouldn't get all of a sudden dirt and then stop right there and get wood. You would have debris. You would have dirt, wood, kind of like a big mess coming up, wouldn't you?
That's true. You'd think so.
Yep. Well, Cynthia, Dave's doing fine. He had a drilling down. He's retired, ready to do some traveling after the COVID. He's doing great. Doing great. But, yep, as well as a possible tunnel. Now, when they say a possible tunnel, that means they don't know about this part. You know what I mean, Judy? When they say with a suspected maritime connection, which was probably they were talking about the strap, as well as a possible tunnel. So whatever they're hitting, they don't know what it is, or it's
Right.
or it's not marked on the map, or not marked on Chappell's diagrams. You know what I mean?
Right. So it'll be all something new tonight that we've not heard about before.
Yep. But I hope you guys enjoy tonight. I'm going to put the phone number up for about 5 minutes. If you want to give a call, Julie will get off. You want to chat with me for a little bit. And get ready for the show tonight. Takes me a while to get going, but I always enjoy the show. It gets me head scratching. It's a good show. Don't forget, we'll give them a break this year. We'll give them a break. How about a wall they use for bumpers to prevent damage to the ships during high tide? It could be all that. It could be all that. You know what I mean? But
Cynthia wants to know what a good book to read on the Templars. I would suggest Zena Halpern's book on the Templars.
Yeah, there's a lot of books out there. We really don't recommend what to buy or do things like that on my chat. It's
okay.
It's out there. Google's out there. There's a lot of books and a lot of people selling books out there, and that is a good one.
Yeah, and there is a lot on the Templars. There's many to choose from.
Yep, John, we gave them a break this year because of COVID, but they found the most artifacts of ever. You know, the ring bolts and the shoes and the ox cart things and everything else, the barrel heads, you know, and Carmen says it's dry barrels, and because of the size, and they're not watertight barrels, he says. Like I said Saturday night, I wish they would do a chemical But I don't know if they can do a chemical analysis on a barrel that's been in the swamp for hundreds of years. I know in Egypt they can tell, there was wheat in there was, I don't know, rice in there. But from these barrel heads, I think the only thing we can get out of is date of the wood, can't we, Judy?
I thought Carmen said they could find out what was in it by testing it.
Wow.
I think he said that, John.
Yeah, I hope so. That would be fantastic.
It would be great.
Yep, Danny, maybe. But as far as getting that tested for what was in the barrels, plus the coal, plus the cribbing, oh my God, those are the dates I'm biting to get. You know what I mean, Judy?
Yes, for sure. Yeah, Michelle said Carmen did say that, so I'm not imagining.
They can find out what was in them barrels, isn't they were in the muck all them years. Oh my God. Maybe
isn't that something? Wow.
Maybe I believe, pollen spores that come out of the coal, but these tests must take months and months and months to extract that stuff.
I'm sure it will. Doesn't everything?
Yeah. But a ton of finds so far this year, in the lot pathway and in the swamp. A lot interesting things that make you scratch your head.
Exactly.
Carbon date the barrels. Yes, David. That's what we're waiting for. The barrels, the wood. And Carlene, some of those dates won't be till next year. Yeah, probably.
Got that right.
But you'll have me mumbling and Judy saying we got to give her a synopsis to do if there's no show on. Well, we're gonna have to give her another show to do a synopsis on all through the summer and up to the next November if we have a season 9. I know they have enough stuff to do season 9, but you never know with the History Channel or what they're gonna do.
Right. That's their number one show, John. They're not going to let it go.
Right. It'll be very interesting.
Hi, Jake Roberts.
Hey, Jake, what's going on? Lot 5 is privately owned, Danny. It's the only lot in the whole island privately owned. But I had a great time tonight. We're going to start buttoning it up. Nobody's calling in, and it's about 7:50 here. And Judy, I thank you for your synopsis. We'll see you Saturday night.
Right.
At 7 o'clock. And like I'm saying, if Michelle's in here and Tammy's in here, maybe after our Oak Island show Saturday night, we'll get back onto our Quest quiz trivia for the whole world if everybody wants to do it. We'll see how it goes Saturday night. All depends what kind of new information we get tonight. So if it's big blockbuster stuff tonight, then Saturday night we won't have no Quest quiz trivia. And maybe if the people that want to play and get their points to get a new Quest member mug, that we'll just make a night, just have it as a game night. Nothing to do with Oak Island. Just having a fun time, Get a glass of wine, get some cheese, get some salami.
That sounds good Italian stuff there, John.
Yeah, get some popcorn. And we'll go from there. But of course, Oak Island's first. I got a lot of new merchandise coming in. I'll be showing you guys samples. We still need help on the Facebook side. I still can't understand why only 1,330 people subscribe to my YouTube channel where all my live videos are of Oak Island. Out of over 71,000 people, I thought I would have for sure at least 5,000 subscriptions on YouTube. Not 1,300, but a lot of people don't like YouTube. People like Facebook better than YouTube. I understand that. But 1,330, out of 71,000. 10%, 7,000 people. You know what I mean, Judy? 10%.
Right.
We're not even close to 5% or 3%. So I was hoping you guys can help me on that. I sort of push that on Sundays because Sunday is my big day for people being home, people seeing what I offer. So I really don't, I just put it up as an announcement and during the week, but I don't really ask you people for help. The ones that have not joined, I'm saying. And it's free. The YouTube channel is free. And we also have a paid membership on there that you get privy to information before I go public. If you're a Templar Quest of Oak Island Commander, you'll be getting 30% off of my merchandise. Like I said, I don't know if people want my face on a hat or a shirt. It's up to you to support me or not. I understand that. It's not a TV show mug or a TV show shirt. But I'm going to put it out there just to see if who's interested in it. There will be giveaways, obviously, in between. But everything costs money, and I appreciate your help and support.
Well, you're becoming pretty popular there, John, so there might be people who want your face on something.
Oh, God. I mean, they can't copyright my face, you know what I'm saying? So as far as copyright, it's just my face, so you can't get in trouble for copyright, you know what I mean?
Right.
I'm him. I'm him on that shirt. It's me. And you can wear that hat because Johnny Stemmer says, yeah, it's me.
Good night, Danny.
Yep. All right. Thank you so much, Judy. You want to say your good nights, and then I'll say my good nights.
Okay. Oh, okay, everybody. I will see you on Saturday night. Enjoy the show tonight. And please stay safe. Good night.
Thank you so much, Judy. Thank you so much. All right, everybody. That was Judy. Besides a wanted poster, yeah. You guys are funny. Your mug on a mug. Yeah, Jake. Oh. All right. Well, I'm going to get ready for the show tonight. And everybody have a good night. Thanks for coming in. Quick Quest 30 here, pre-show. And don't forget, always go forward. You may get a setback, but always go forward, no matter what in your life brings you. Be strong. Be mentally strong. If you can't and you need help, get help. Go forward. You have a dream, no matter how old you are. You believe in that dream, go for it. You want to do something later in life, do it. Life is too short to hold back. Stay positive. Stay safe. Good night, my members. We'll see you Saturday night at 7 o'clock. I thank you, Judy, Tammy, Renee, Michelle. I thank you so much. Good night now.